Reading development is a complex process that involves a number of different skills. Decoding. It is the ability to sound out the words. Next important skill for reading development is vocabulary. It is the ability to understand the meaning of the words. Next important skill is comprehension, or the ability to understand the meaning of what is being read. And of course, we have the fluency, or the ability to read a text accurately, quickly, and with expression. For today's lesson, we will focus on fluency. If you are a fellow educator or someone who is interested in reading for leisure or for information, don't go away. Did you know that there are benefits in reading if you acquire fluency? Stick around and let us look into the benefits. First, on the benefits is increased comprehension. Fluency allows students to focus on the meaning of the text rather than on the mechanics of decoding words. This leads to increased comprehension. Another benefit of acquiring fluency is improved memory. Fluency helps students to remember what they have read. This is because they are able to read the text more quickly and easily, which leaves more time for them to process the information. And of course, one of the many benefits of acquiring fluency is having enhanced reading enjoyment. Fluency makes reading more enjoyable for students. This is because they are able to read the text smoothly and with expression, which makes the text more engaging. Now, I will let you in to understand some teaching methods on fluency and see how a fluent student reads. One of the ways to guide the learners to their reading fluency is to teach repeated reading. This involves having students read the same text multiple times. This can also help them to become more familiar with the text and to improve their accuracy. You can also introduce chunking. This involves breaking down long words or phrases into smaller, more manageable chunks. This can help students read more fluently by making it easier for them to decode the words. Another teaching method you can use is modeling. In this method, you can let students listen to a fluent reader read a text aloud. This helps them to hear how a fluent reader reads and to imitate their reading style. And also, we can provide the learners the method of rhyming. This involves having students read texts that contain rhyming words. This helps them to develop a sense of rhythm and to read more fluently. In addition to the methods I have said a while ago, there are a number of other things that can be done to help students develop reading fluency. This includes opportunities for reading. It is providing ample opportunities for reading. This can include reading aloud, reading silently, and reading for pleasure. Another is encouraging students to practice reading regularly. Students should be encouraged to read regularly even if it is just for a few minutes each day. At this age, we should also suggest to learners to use technology. There are technology-based tools that can provide students with feedback on reading, help them to track their progress, and provide them with additional practice opportunities. As an English teacher, I have mixed different methods of all sorts that I have shared with you to help and guide learners attain fluency. For today's lesson, I have given the learners some assignment. For fluency in reading competency, I asked them to record themselves while reading a fairy tale of their choice. Next, you will watch a fluent reader read a fairy tale in her device. Watch her do an excellent fairy tale reading.
The Real Princess, Fairy Tale by Hans Christian Andersen. The Real Princess, Fairy Tale by Hans Christian Andersen. There was once a prince who wished to marry a princess, but then she must be a real princess. He traveled all over the world in hopes of finding such a lady, but there was always something wrong. Princesses he found in plenty, but whether they were real princesses, it was impossible for him to decide, for now one thing, now another, seemed to him not quite right about the ladies. At last, he returned to his palace quite cast down, because he wished so much to have a real princess for his wife. One evening, a fearful tempest arose. It thundered and lightened, and the rain poured down from the sky in torrents. Besides, it was dark as pitch. All at once, there was heard a violent knocking at the door, and the old king, the prince's father, went out himself to open it. It was the princess who was standing outside the door. What with the rain and the wind, she was in a sad condition. The water trickled down from her hair, and her clothes clung to her body. She said she was a real princess. Ah, we shall soon see that, thought the old queen mother. However, she said not a word of what she was going to do, but went quietly into the bedroom, took all the bedclothes off the bed, and put 3 little peas on the bedstead. She then laid 20 mattresses, one upon another, over the 3 peas, and put 20 feather beds over the mattresses. Upon this bed, the princess was to pass the night. The next morning, she was asked how she had slept. "Oh, very badly indeed," she replied. "I have scarcely closed my eyes, and the whole night through. I do not know what was in my bed, but I had something hard under me, and I'm all over black and blue. It has hurt me so much." Now it was plain that the lady must be a real princess, since she had been able to fill the 3 little peas through the 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds. None but a real princess could have had such a delicate sense of feeling. The prince accordingly made her his wife, being now convinced that he had found a real princess. The 3 peas were, however, put into the cabinet of curiosities, where they are still to be seen, provided they are not lost. Wasn't this a lady of real delicacy? The Real Princesses, Fairy Tale by Hans Christian Andersen.
Despite the methods that I have shared to attain fluency, keep in mind that there are still factors that are influential to someone's developmental reading. This includes home environment, early intervention, and instructional practices. Fluency. It is an important concept in teaching instruction because it is the bridge between decoding and comprehension. When students are fluent readers, they are able to focus on the meaning of the text rather than on the mechanics of decoding words. This allows them to comprehend what they are reading more easily and efficiently. Remember that. Thank you for watching. Go for more.